Hey everybody, hope you're having an awesome day. I know I am. It's a great day, right? Up and about, feeling good. No major health issues. It looks like a nice day. Everything is going well. So it looks like a great day. Hope it is for you too as well. Hopefully you're staying positive. You're getting through this. You're fighting through it. You know, you're going to have good and bad, but look at it this way. Are you getting better? Are you feeling better? Just keep doing what you're doing. Everybody has issues, but you just got to look for that silver lining in the cloud to make it a better day and think positive, stay positive. That's the best thing we can do. Hey, so today, before we get started, can you do me a favor? If you watch any of the other videos, give me a thumbs up, subscribe down below, hit that little bell icon. I guess it'd be over here, right? Hit that little bell icon. So that you get notices when I post new videos. I'm going to try to post 2, maybe 3 videos a week, at least 2 videos a week. Try to do one cooking one and then kind of one of something else, so that kind of get mixed up. So, hey, this is a channel, you're into keto, low carb, weight loss, you're looking to get healthy, you want to reduce medications and or, you know, or at least know how I did it, right? So I'm no doctor, so I can't give you advice on that kind of stuff, but I can tell you what I did and what was successful will work for me. So if you're interested in any of that kind of stuff, again, you know, subscribe, thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that little bell icon. That would be greatly appreciated. So thought it'd be interesting to show you kind of some of the stuff that you don't see normally. Because a lot of times when we're looking at recipes and we're going through recipes, we take recipes on things that we really like to eat and we're trying to replicate them and make them into a low carb food. So we're taking, in this case, this is going to be our first attempt making this. So no promises on how it's going to come out, right? So you're going to see whether we're successful or fail. And generally we do this, and generally we may have to do it 2 or 3 times before we get it right. But I thought it'd be interesting for you to see how much work goes into this, kind of the results of it. So we're actually going to make a Filipino, what's the name of it?
Ensaymada.
Ensaymada. So, Ensaymada. So my wife's laughing at me. My Tagalog is poor at best, if non-existent. Anyway. So that's what we're going to try to make. So we're taking a recipe and we're making it keto, low carb, and we're going to see how it comes out. So that's what we're going to do, right? So bear with me. This is going to be a learning experience for me, but I also thought it would be interesting for you to see some of the stuff that we do in the background that you don't see, because probably for every one of the, especially the cooking videos, for every one that we do, we probably do 2 or 3 trials before we put it on the channel to see how it comes out. Not all the time. Some of the times we'll just go ahead and do it because we know it's a good recipe and we've eaten it somewhere else or something else. So, but that's kind of how it goes. Hey, we want to remind you that most of the stuff that you will see in the video today, if there's anything in there, I have Amazon links down below. You know, so you can go down there and check out all the equipment, everything from the almond flour I'm going to use today to some of the other equipment that you may see today as well that I use, as well as even my camera and the microphone and all that good stuff. So somebody asked me about the mic I used. I do have it on the 1080 setting, 60 frames per second. I kind of did that versus the 4K. It's just easier for me to download. So some of the apps don't like to do the 4K video editing on them. So I switched over to Windows and was doing it and didn't like it, so I kind of had to go down to a 1080. It was converting it to a 1080 for me anyway. So I don't know if you really care about that or not, but all that stuff is down in the links down below. You look at the description, and then down below the description it will have the recipe, and then below the recipe it will have all those Amazon links to all my favorite things that I use in my kitchen as well. So as well as you'll find down there, you'll find links to my Facebook page, my Facebook group page that I've started as well. There's only a couple people on it, just starting out kind of. I've been kind of posting on it, nobody else, but I'd like to get to the point where it's kind of a site where we can all go to and kind of post videos, as well as ask for guidance and information. Kind of keep it as an open forum and see how that goes. So so if you're in there, that's down there. Instagram is down there as well. So trying to get those going as well. So we're going to start off today, and one of the first things that we're going to do is we're going to mix together. So the original recipe takes like milk. So I'm going to adjust this down so that you can see the bowl. That would be good. There we go. I think that's good. So we're going to take, and we're going to actually put in here. So the original recipe calls for a cup of milk. So we're going to take, instead of a cup of milk, we're going to use a cup of almond milk. So we're going to put that cup of almond milk in there. It uses a third of a cup of sugar. We're going to use a third of a cup of, this is that Latana's monk fruit erythritol sweetener. So we're going to put that in there as well. So instead of their sugar, we're going to use a pinch of salt. Put that in there, and then this is just, it calls for a shortening to put in here, so we're going to use some coconut oil instead of the shortening. So we'll see how it comes out. Then I didn't bring the forks out. So we're going to mix this all together. I was just checking because the shortening, it says to use at room temperature, and so that's what it's at, room temperature. So we're going to add in some of the other ingredients now. Kind of got some of this going on. We're going to put in about half. We're going to use 3.5 cups of almond flour instead of regular flour. And we're going to put about half of the flour in here. All right, keep mixing it up. So once we get it mixed up a little bit, what we're going to do is we're going to add in 3 egg yolks. We're going to add that in, and we're going to add the rest of the flour in. All right, as you know, I'm kind of going through this. I'm trying to see what I'm missing here. Now we're gonna add in, I got about, let's see, what am I doing here? And this is a tablespoon, let me double check, hold on. Yeah, this is 1 tablespoon of yeast. We're gonna put that tablespoon of yeast. I'm gonna put that in here, we're gonna mix it in. Sorry about that. So like I said, these are the kind of the ground pains, and generally I wouldn't be this organized even if I was just doing this just to see it. You know, we've kind of, even after we make it, we'll continue to tweak it. So I will tell you that we made the panda sol a couple more times, and we've changed that recipe quite a bit. We've actually made an ube one and a plain one, and we've changed the recipes quite a bit. So we're going to do another video on the panda sol with the updated, better recipe, the better tasting recipe. At least as far as we were concerned, it was much better tasting. So some other things that we have coming up, I do have some lemon bars coming up, some dairy-free lemon bars that I'm going to come up. Excuse me. I have that coconut cake coming up, coconut pie I should say, coming up as well. Have some other things. A long time ago we had made French fries, and they were out of almond flour that what's a Heavenly Fan had put on her channel. So we're thinking about doing it again, but with a coconut version that Marla over at Low Carb Love does. So we thought we'd maybe make those and compare the two and see which ones we like better. So if you're into French fries and like to see a coconut version and an almond version, and see us do a taste test of which one we like, let me know down in the comments down below. So, all right, so this is starting to look pretty good. So the big thing here is once we get it pretty well mixed and we think it's pretty good and we like the way it looks, we're going to take and we're going to let it rest. We have to let it rest for about an hour, and the yeast has to do his work, and it starts to get it to rise a little bit. If you don't think it's thick enough or you want it thicker, you could throw a little bit more almond flour in there, and I might do that just a little bit. Get a scooper with. I think I'm going to throw just a little bit of a little bit more almond flour in there, just so I can get a little bit thicker. Alright, that's looking pretty good. Alright, so I'm going to let this sit for an hour. We're going to come back in an hour once it has sitting, has had a chance to rise, and we'll see what it looks like, and we'll go into the next part. All right, we'll see you in about an hour. All right, we're back for the next segment of this adventure. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it down on some, I'm using parchment paper. It should probably be wax paper. I don't have any wax paper. All right, sorry about that. I was moving the camera and I hit the off button. So I'm moving this down. I'm taking some flour on here. This is almond flour. I'm going to sprinkle it down here around a little bit. We're going to take the dough and we're going to put it on here. I'm going to use my hands. Hope that's okay. I'm going to put some flour on my hands so that I need this. So we're going to need this. I'm going to go through here. Try to get it rolling. I'm actually going to add some more almond flour because I think this is really too soft. So I think I'm going to wipe my hands off here, and I think we're going to roll some. This dough is really soft. I don't think it's supposed to be this soft, so. All right, this is way too soft. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this back in the bowl. I'm gonna mix some more almond flour into it and see if I can get this to be a little stiffer, because this is not good at the moment. So we're gonna put this back in here. We're gonna mix this up a little bit more. Again, this is all trial and error on the first try around, and this is converting a regular standard recipe to a keto recipe, and doesn't always work out very well. So we're gonna do that. So we're gonna mess around with that. Hold on, I'm gonna wash my hands out here so I can do this. And all right. Sorry about that. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to say that this part was a bust. It was not good. So we're going to redo the whole evaluation of what we put in, because apparently what we're doing is not right. So I think what we're going to do is, hold on a second, I'll be right back. Hold on. All right, so what I'm going to do is I went and got some Zamjam gum. I'm going to try to firm this up a little bit. So I'm going to put in about a half a teaspoon in there. I guess a half a tablespoon, I guess is what it is. Maybe way too much, but this is way too soft. I'm going to stiffen it up a little bit. So it's either this or maybe some beef gelatin or all right, now we're going to let this sit again a little bit because it is getting firmer. almond flour in it. Alright, this is looking a lot more like dough. It's feeling a lot more harder and harder to mix. So, alright, I'm going to let this sit for a few more minutes again. And then we're going to come back. I'm going to cover this back up. I'm going to let this sit again probably for about a half hour. We'll come back again and we'll check it to see how it's doing and see whether it's ready to actually be kneaded and starting to roll the dough out. Alright guys, we're going to roll this out now. We're going to actually, I think it's stiff enough. I actually put some Magnesium gum in it and some other stuff. I think next time we'll use a little apple cider vinegar and some baking soda to see if we can get it to rise better and to kind of come together a little bit better than what we did. So again, this is what it looks like right now. I'm also wearing some gloves. Actually, I'm going to put some oil on my gloves just because it really helps a lot. So hold on a second. Let me get my... Alright, we're going to take pull this down. I'm going to show you the ball of dough. I got my gloves all oiled up so it won't, hopefully won't stick. We're going to divide this up and then we're going to kind of try to go from there. So this should make about, I'm going to say about 12. We're going to see how this goes. So we're going to kind of break this up into different segments. So I got a knife here. We're actually going to do it in a couple different ways too as well. So we're going to cut a couple of them into balls and do it that way. And then we're going to roll a couple of them. So so basically we're rolling them into balls like this. We're going to do some like that. Tell you, they smell really good. And we're going to divide this one up. And we're going to see how well they rise in the oven. So I'm going to put these in a pan here. Yeah, well. So I'm using that silicone pan, the hamburger bun silicone pan that I have. We're going to try them in that. We'll see how it happens. It's not really made for these. We have little metal trays that we're supposed to use for them. Now this one is we're gonna make this into more of a long flat. I'm gonna try to anyway. All right. Go like that, and we're gonna put them up like that. I think we're gonna make them a little bit bigger than this, so but it's gonna kind of look like that. So again, we're gonna divide these up into balls, and we're gonna do that with the balls. You can roll them as you're rolling them too. Like this, you can put cheese inside of them. We're going to rub a little butter on them as we're put them in the oven here. All I think we're going to do 4 of them, so we're going to divide this one up into, put them in there. All right, so let's roll these. Oh. I don't want this to go and flying on the floor. Again, this is all experimental stuff, so we're going to see how it works. So I'll show them here when I get them done in the pan. I'll show you what they look like in the pan here. So, yeah, and they smell good. I'm not so sure because I had a problem with them rising. You know, it's a bread recipe, so I think we're gonna have to substitute some baking powder and some apple cider vinegar. So, because it's not going to rise with the yeast in it like it is because it's almond flour, and you know, and it's a little stiff. It's not really that stiff, so thinking we're going to have to use some other things, the jam gum, or something like that. And once we next round, we'll, like I said, usually when I have these recipes, I have a piece of paper and I'm writing down all the things I changed and what worked or didn't work, and I would say it wasn't a complete failure yet, but we definitely have some things to work on. If you have ideas of how to do this instead of the traditional bread, you know, coming up with the yeast and all that stuff, and apparently the yeast doesn't have any sugar to eat, so it didn't rise the way we wanted it to. All right, that's the last one. So let me throw this to the side. Huh? I'm gonna put butter on it. So that's kind of the way they look like. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some. This is room temperature, really soft butter. So we're gonna rub the butter on them. Like I say, we did them. I rolled them 2 different ways because I want to see which way is going to come out the best. Seen them both ways. This is one of those things. We have a couple of here in LA. We have a couple of Filipino bakeries, and this is one of those things that we usually go to the bakery and get on the holidays and things of that nature. And I really like them. So we're also gonna, just so you know, we're not done with them. Once we bake them and get them all baked. Then we're gonna put like a glaze on them, and then we're gonna put cheese on top of the bread. So we got a ways to go yet, but I'm hoping that the rest of this goes as planned. So we will see. Some people put this underneath the when they're rolling them. They put it underneath and they roll it into the into it. But these are really soft, so I'm really afraid. You know, they didn't come to. So that's what it's like. So I'm going to throw these in the oven. I'm going to put them in there for at 300 degrees for about 25 minutes, and we'll see how they come out in 25 minutes. So here they go into the oven. So I strongly recommend the gloves. Actually work much better than having bare hands with a little oil all over them. They actually work 10 times better. So the best part is my hands are nice and clean. So although I touch my camera has oil all over it now. But I'll clean that off here in a second. So so we'll see in about 25 minutes, see what they look like, and explore how they taste, and we'll do the glaze and all that stuff when they come out. All right, everybody, I'm going to show you what they look like. I took a couple out. We're gonna frost them now. So this is what they look like. I don't know if you can see them or not, but hey, look, I took a couple out. So I'm gonna take those. We got one more step to do before we're done. So this is, I took one of the round ones and one of the ones I curled up out. We're gonna put a little butter frosting on them. I'm gonna show you that in a minute, and we're gonna make that, and we're gonna decorate them. We're gonna put some cheese on them, and then we're gonna do a taste test on them. So we're almost done. We'll see how it comes out. I'm gonna put the camera down here so you can see the bowl. That looks good. So this is butter. This is a quarter cup of butter, just softened at room temperature. Hopefully it's going to come out. There it goes. And then this was a third of a cup of sugar. It's granulated, or I should say powdered. So I didn't have any, so I don't know if you know how to make this or not, but all you're doing is you just take some of the regular sugar, you put it in, I put it in my Ninja Bullet, and I just pulse it a few times, mix it around a little bit, pulse it a few more, and then I got confectionery sugar. That's all you need to do that. So you don't need to, you know, if you don't want to go out and spend the extra money for confectionery sugar, it's a good way to save money. And just to do it a lot cheaper. So I'm just going to mix these around a little bit. Now again, this was a trial and error thing. I would say this is not going to be perfect. I'm hoping it will taste good, but again, we're looking at, you know, getting rid of the yeast and maybe putting in some baking powder, and then maybe some apple cider vinegar in its place, just so that we get some better results out of it. So I'm going to take this. So this butter frosting, I'm going to put it on the top. Like so. They still may be a little bit warm. Those are really good. And then the last piece of this is I'm going to sprinkle some cheese on the top. Like that. And here's the end result. So I'm going to take and cut a piece of this off. I'll do a little taste test. I'm going to cut a little piece here, and I'm going to cut a little here, just because I want to see, I want to taste the difference, see if there is a difference. I'll show you the inside. How's that look? I'm going to tip the camera up because I can't see what you're looking at right now, so I'm going to hold it up so you can see me taste test it. I'm dropping it. Again, that's what it looks like inside. Again, here's the other one. This is the one that was kind of more rounded. I'm going to give a sample to somebody else here and see if I can get a thumbs up or down, or I'll try this one too. If I can get a thumbs up, I know it's from Real Filipino. It's so. All right, so she's saying it needs to cook a little bit longer. So we cooked them for about 25 minutes. So they have to go in a little bit longer. So that's something else we have to change. So, but I think they taste pretty good. They're not too bad. So we have some work to do on them. But just to kind of show you what we go through when we're cooking these things, and I know just about everybody out there that goes through it. I've seen several recipes out there where the guys have talked about showing different things. It's not a quick and easy just grab a recipe and change the ingredients out and fix it. So we'll continue to work it. I think it tastes pretty good. Again, it needs to bake a little longer, so maybe 30 minutes or 35 minutes versus that. It also cooks at 300. Maybe we cook it at 350 for the 25 minutes instead. So we're going to try some of that stuff out as well. We're going to try the apple cider and the baking soda, baking powder instead of the yeast, and see how that works out. And so we have some other things to do. But I just kind of wanted to show you a video of how it came out and what it was, what your thoughts were. You know, so I just kind of wanted to show that. So again, you know, so hopefully you enjoyed it. Again, I don't have the macros down on that because we haven't perfected it. I will go down, and by the time I post this, I will put them down in the description down below. So when you look in the description down there, I'll put down a more updated recipe after we try it again, because we'll try it again probably before I post this, and we'll see how that comes out. And hopefully if you try it, you let me know what you think. Again, like I said, we did the panda saw. We changed it and made some different things to it. So we're going to redo those again as well, just to kind of show you some different recipes that you can do and tweaking and stuff of that nature. So you can dial it in so it's even better. So we got some other stuff coming up as well. Hopefully you give me a thumbs up, at least for effort. Hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that little bell icon. I'd really appreciate it. Hey, if you guys can remember what my weight was on my weigh-in Friday video, and you tell me what it is on the video, comment down below what the weight was. I'll give you a shout out on my next video. So, hey, hopefully you have a great hopefully you have a great day. You know, have an awesome week. You know, be nice to each other, be kind to others, help each other out. Let's all be good. You know, we all stress out. We all have our good moments and our bad moments. So let's all be kind to each other. Let's all make each other have a better time and a better day and a better week. All right. So I'll talk to you next time. Have a great day. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thumbs up, please.